What is up, weather enthusiasts? I'm your host, Pat's Path Predictor. Let's get right into the weather. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have quite a bit to go over tonight with you guys. We have the latest and greatest from Tropical Storm Erin as we are watching the potential threats it may pose down the road to potentially the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico, and then at this current point. So we'll go ahead and get right into it right here. But before we do that, first of all, you guys can hear me okay, right? Those in the chat, you guys can hear me okay, right? Because before the stream, before the stream I was having a few mic issues, so just wanted to make sure. So that's number one. Number two, we got first before we even get introduce callers, we have almost 200 people in the stream already. That is a record right here by far. Thank you very much for tuning in. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're trying to get to 13,000 tonight. We are 38 away, so let's go ahead and get to that milestone. But callers, let's go ahead and introduce you guys. We'll go ahead and get started with Yoshi. Yoshi, say hello. He's one of our moderators.
Hello, lads.
All right, and John, our head administrator at Storms United. John, say hello.
What's up, everybody?
Yep. All right, and then we have the rest of the team. We have Charlie, one of our tropical analysts. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
And then we have Weather Kingdom. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yep, we have Delta. Say hello to the stream.
Hello, everyone.
And returning for the first time in a little while, we have Red Tie in here. Red Tie, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
Yep, and Kent is back in here tonight joining the stream. Kent, say hello.
Hey, it's Kent from North Carolina.
All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. So this is what this is the situation that we have right here. Okay, Yoshi's sending me some stuff in live. No, Mike will go over that in just a second. This is the situation that we got right here with Erin so far. It's currently moving to the west-southwest in the main development region. Let me go ahead and get my camera up. It's from the latest advisory at around 5 p.m. At Eastern time. It's currently moving It's currently moving south of west right here. Let's go ahead and get some exact coordinates. Around 265 degrees at a very fast 22 miles per hour. Still a 45 mile per hour tropical storm. Pressure of 1,006 millibars. And its tropical storm force winds extend outward 35 miles from the center. Looking at satellite imagery right now, it has kind of degraded quite a bit on satellite right here, although we are seeing some more convection starting to flare up a little bit longer. So we'll have to pay attention to that right here. But I'm going to go ahead now and turn it over to our callers because we have a lot of information we'd like to go over tonight. So callers, whoever would like to start, please go ahead.
Well, do we want to start with the NHC forecasts?
Sure, let's go ahead and do that.
Awesome. So, if we go to Tropical Storm Erin here and go to the warnings, count information, we see that, yes, we do have a system. It's a very tiny one. If you look at the small amounts of yellow around the X, that's its tropical storm wind field. To those experienced enough, you might notice, hey, that's really small. It is. Erin is generally a small storm. So it's projected to take a slight southwest trek, west-southwest to southwest. And then, due to forces of rigging and troughs, it starts to go east. No,
Northwest.
No, northwest.
Yeah, if it was
sorry,
going
I'm a
northeast,
bit
that would be
blank
interesting at this current
That'd be very
latitude, but
interesting.
go ahead.
As it goes up, it's supposed to take effect to the Lesser Antilles Islands and Puerto Rico. And then, once it reaches major status, it's going to start doing a recurving pattern. As we see by the tail end here, it starts to try to go from a west-northwest pattern to much more of a northwest pattern. And then after this, it is likely that it will continue its recurve and go straight north soon after. The main question is, by that time, how west will it be? And how south will it be? And that's the answer we're trying to get. That's the biggest concern right now with Erin. The biggest uncertainty. That models, despite over 2 days of trying to figure it out, still haven't. And that is because of how ridges and troughs work.
Yep.
If we can, I'm sharing my screen right now, so if we can go to that,
Yep, you
that'd
go
be really
ahead.
nice.
Yep, whenever you're
Awesome.
ready.
I'm already sharing the screen, so if you want to go to it, you can.
I'm right here. Yep.
Awesome. So this is the Atlantic. Hold on. This is the Atlantic. And as you see, we do have the cone over here along with a couple AOIs that we're not going to be talking about today. Our main focus is Erin. So if we decide to take a draw here, right?
Is that just me, or is that a new area of interest in the Bay of Campeche?
That is a new area.
That's
That is a new area.
That is.
I'm going to want to look at that a little bit tonight on stream, if that's okay. Just
Sure.
just-
very good.
yeah, for sure. But please continue, Yoshi. I'll look at that as soon as you're done with your segment.
The reason this is going southwest, as south as it is because of a ridge over here. This is the ridge. That's keeping it down, but that'll also try to steer it north. Due to how it steers clockwise. Ridges steer clockwise. This is high pressure. So that means that's going this way. And then we got another high pressure here. That is forecasted to take place over the next few days or so. And that is, of course, going to go this way, but also both block where it's going, where they are.
Right.
So with this exact setup, out to sea, at least that far out to sea, is not going to happen. And any southeast landfalls with this current setup are very unlikely to happen. And then, finally, and these two alone, with the weakness that we have, it would go between the high pressures and up towards Canada. However, just to make things a little bit more complicated, we have this trough over here. This troughs usually pull storms north. Now, if we were in any other setup, this trough likely wouldn't be doing much, as it would normally be too weak.
Right.
But we have this opening here. And it has no real other way to go unless it goes towards Cuba, which at this point, it's probably not going to happen. It's going to be too north. So, what the storm does is try to go in between these up towards the trough and then follow the trough. Now, this exact path we don't know if this exact path is going to happen, but we know that models do want something like this.
Right.
The main two questions will be, for this path, for ridges and troughs, how strong will this trough be? And how far west is this high pressure going to be? Since if this high pressure goes farther west, then some United States coast impacts would open up. However, if it goes more east, it's likely to take a turn more towards Bermuda.
All right.
So, and the trough is going to determine, one, how early it steers, and two, how much it steers at once. Like, if the trough decides to go deeper, it'll go much north, much quicker, much more to the east. However, if the trough is weaker, it'll perhaps just ride along the opening and maybe not even catch on to the trough. So this setup is why I personally think that Southeast United States impacts are off the table at this point. Because if this high pressure stays, then southeast, it can't even go to the southeast.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty much
It
stuck.
would have to go for, yeah. And by the way, this trough is likely to be here for a while. It isn't just gonna go. That's because wrong color. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
That's because there is yet another high pressure here.
Oh boy.
And this high pressure actually extends up into the other parts of the United States. So this trough is blocked by these two ridges, and it can't go anywhere. So
The only way out is up.
a lot of the time, the storm can't just go slower and magically, bam, it'll suddenly not be influenced by the trough. Because even if this slows down, this trough is still going to be there. So, if this pattern stays for now, which it has over the last 2 days, this very general pattern, then I see United States impacts, specifically Southeast and Mid-Atlantic United States impacts, as off the table. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, at this current point, that's the setup we have. That's the synoptics we have behind it for those tuning in. Before I get into what I want to get into very quickly, we got 2 donations already. Swimson with the $2. Hey team, let's get you to 13K subs. Yes, that would be much appreciated. I'd love to get to that. The Enrique with $10. Hey Pat, just joined the stream. Thank you for joining the stream. We already have almost 400 people in the chat right now, and we've only been streaming for 15 minutes. That is unbelievable. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. So thank you very much for that. But that's kind of what we have going on right here. That's the main setup that we have, at least in terms of U.S. impacts. Before I follow up with before I get to the Bay of Campeche very quickly, I do want to follow up with Yoshi and others in the call and ask this possible scenario, because this system, before it gets tugged into this trough, we've been noticing the NHC cones have been the NHC cone has shifted closer to the Lesser Antilles, the Leeward Islands in particular, as well as potentially Puerto Rico. What's your thoughts on a potential impact on those, knowing that we are still seeing the southwestward movement, and generally currently where the center of the system is south of the expected forecast? What are your guys' take on that?
Anyone?
Yeah.
I would say with the southern trend, the northern Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico need to pay very close attention to this, because it's going to come down to a game of miles. It could come down to that close.
Yeah.
And
I
believe I hit it on the head right there.
All right, go ahead, Weather Kingdom.
I mean, I agree with it. I mean, I've been noticing with the ensembles too, more and more likely that we are going to have a much bigger dip southwestward than I think initially was thought. And that's why it throws a wrench into everything even more, because, now it looks like, some of the hurricane models has it closer to the Western Antilles and Puerto Rico. That's very interesting, and I'm not buying any of that just right now. Honestly, like we've been doing is trending, seeing how these trends continue to play. It's just very interesting how we've seen a pretty good amount of a southwestward jog, and if tomorrow night around this time we still got a southwestward jog, or this is a little bit more south than tonight's cone, then that will probably bring some pretty close impacts into the Antilles.
All right. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let's see what we got. All right. Yeah. For sure. Thanks, John. I saw what you sent behind the scenes. All right. Very quickly, just to kind of see what's going on over here. we have an area of interest that has been tagged in the Bay of Campeche. Right here, currently 20% chance of formation in the next 7 days. Because this is breaking news, I am going to be covering this just very briefly, but the main focus will be on Erin tonight. But, okay, hold on 1 second. I got to deal with this. Okay, there we go. But anyway, so here's the 8 p.m. advisory over here. A tropical wave over the northwestern Caribbean Sea is producing disorganized showers and thunderstorms extending across eastern Honduras, northeastern Nicaragua, and adjacent marine areas. This system is forecast to move west-northwest and cross the Yucatan Peninsula on Wednesday with no significant increase in organization. Some development of the system is possible after it emerges in the southwestern Gulf. Beginning on Thursday, while the system moves west-northwest or northwestward at around 10 to 15 miles per hour. 10% chance of formation in the next 48 hours, 20% in the next 7 days. So I'll definitely be paying attention to that, but at this current point, I don't really have that much information on this. I'll have to look into this a little bit further, but I don't think, I can see where the wave is, but we'll have to see what happens, so... Okay. Anyway, just we'll have to watch that. But anyway, shifting our focus back to Erin tonight. Overall, based on what the latest data we've gotten, and I want to turn this to everyone else in the call tonight. Overall, based on the latest data we've seen, the latest trends we've seen today, what's everyone's thoughts? What's everyone's take on how things are progressing tonight, and what are your biggest concerns?
You can go, I think.
Oh, you can go first.
All right.
I like hearing what you guys have to say.
All right, go for it.
Personally, I think the latest trends make things a little bit more uncertain and maybe certain at the same time, because last night we've been seeing this huge west and southward trend, and now we're seeing a bit more of a bit more confidence almost of a recurve to the north. And I also say certain because that does make sense. Like what Yoshi just explained, it does make sense that the recent hurricane models have a bit more of a stronger system when they reach when Erin gets like north of Puerto Rico and more west, and that would obviously due to the beta effect and also the weakness in between the ridges and the trough that would tug it more, recurve it north. So I do think truly things got a bit more certain that this more likely will go out to sea, but that does not mean that there will not be any kind of coastal impacts. I still do think a major hurricane possibly will have indirect impacts on the Leeward Islands, Lesser Antilles, Puerto Rico, Bermuda, U.S. East Coast, and definitely Bermuda we have to watch out for.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, especially with how this system's been evolving over the last little while. I want to extend it out a little bit, just the satellite imagery out a little bit, just to look at this a bit more. Yeah.
So there is no chance that this will not turn north. It cannot continue to go west. That's not possible.
At this point, we'll have to see, but it's becoming increasingly unlikely.
If it was to continue going west and it was a much weaker system, that's still not possible if it's a weaker system.
I think the odds of Yoshi, I want to turn this over to you since you went over the synoptic setup. If this is a weaker system, do you still think this gets pushed out? Like considerably weaker, instead of maybe a major hurricane, it's like a tropical storm?
I think the odds are that it goes out to sea, but
yeah, that could definitely happen.
All right.
Even if it's a tropical storm, it's still going to take advantage of this. Most likely, it's going to be in a more western. Hold on. Oh my goodness, dude.
I see it.
Does. All right, I got him.
Anyone that spams will be timed out for 24 hours. We're not having.
Pretty sure it's this one guy with his alts.
Yep.
He has other alts, yeah.
All right, please continue.
Anyways, I'm gonna talk about this after. But like I was saying, all right, guys, stop talking about the alts, please. We got it hopefully under control.
Yep, we'll be okay.
Hopefully. So even if it's a tropical storm, it's gonna take advantage of that weakness in the trough.
Okay.
Ridge. It's more than likely it's gonna be in a more western. It's gonna be more. It would be more west, and there we go.
All right, we'll deal with it as it comes, but please continue.
Okay, so
What's going on?
I don't think I'll be even able to finish my sentences, dude.
All right, please continue.
Anyways, goodness, I'm sorry, I can't. And there we go. Hold on. Trying to get this guy. I swear, it's like playing cat and mouse.
All right. Okay, let's just focus on what we're doing tonight. We have more of our mods that are in there that can hopefully take care of that.
Hey, if we have another mod listening, can you get in here? Thank you. Okay, so
all right.
Chase is in here. Awesome.
Let's keep going.
Chase, can you do my job while I'm talking? Thanks.
Yep, go for it.
Anyways, so even if it's a tropical storm, it'll more than likely still take advantage of the trough and the ridge weakness. However, it's going to be much more western. So it's likely to be in closer to the continental United States, but it's still going to go up.
All right.
And it's likely to be less affected by this trough, so it's also going to go up slower.
All right.
But either way, I do believe that it is going to recurve and not really affect much land.
All right. Thank you very much for that. What I'm waiting for right now is kind of the 0Z guidance to see see how this ultimately pans out to be, because we have 18Z guidance.
Hey,
Go ahead, Weather Kingdom.
Do you want to look at the what's that website called for the satellite imagery, the minute cast?
Yeah, I'm looking at satellite imagery
on that page.
Yep, I got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chase. All right. So, all right. So, go for it, Weather Kingdom. I have it pulled up. It's also in the link's also in somewhere in Live No Mic, but all right. But yeah.
Seizure warning.
No, we're good. I took care of it. But please send the graphic for next time. Oh my.
I see it.
All right. So basically, go ahead.
Oh no! I was just about to say. What I see pretty much is right now it's going south. No, southwest, west southwest.
Yeah.
With that latest convection blow up, I do think slowly but surely the atmosphere will get better and better and more moist. Also, I do think as we continue to move west southwest, we will be getting into warmer waters, and I do think this will gradually strengthen as of right now.
Yeah. Another thing I'm noticing right here. Another thing I'm noticing right here is we're looking at this right here. Convection is starting to fire off once again near the center of west. I believe this is west of the center of circulation right here. We're going to have to pay attention and see how this pans out. But yeah, we're looking at this system still moving west-southwest at this current point. You can tell with the track, you can tell with the convection how that's orienting. You can also see kind of how the bands are moving around. So we're going to have to pay attention to that as well. I'm gonna go go for it.
Also, another thing I'm noticing too is this is a pretty small system, and usually small systems can they can strengthen very quick or weaken very quick, and they can actually move like their own. What's the word I'm trying to find? They're very small. If anyone else knows what I mean, like
Yeah.
Usually the storm that's smaller, it can rapidly strengthen quicker. It can make wobbles also.
Yeah, it can.
Just
it's a lot more volatile
Wobble.
with track and intensity.
Correct, especially with the track.
Yep.
And it's more susceptible to any environmental changes it encounters.
Correct.
For sure. So that's something to pay attention to. Like, I mean, the tropical storm force winds only go out 35 miles from the center. Swimson with the $2 donation removed the slow mode. I'm sorry, but given the amount of spam we've had tonight, I'm not removing it at this time until we're a bit more comfortable until we at least get through this, at least for the next little while. I'm not sure how long, but at least at this time we're not going to just yet. But yeah, I'm curious to see what the 0Z guidance does. We'll have to pay attention to that and see how it pans out. But
I'm interested on it.
Yeah, for
that's
sure.
what I'm waiting for to make my final decision on this.
Yeah, for sure. Once we get the 0Z guidance, because a lot can happen at that point. Once we get the 0Z guidance, I'll be like, okay, we can see at least what's gonna be happening and how this kind of reacts. Swimson with the $2 donation. Okay, Pat, understood. Thank you very much. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. But man, oh man, the next, I'd say 10 or so minutes will be pretty interesting because we're going to get the 0Z data, and then we will be able to kind of look at the system. And then once the NHC advisory comes out in a couple of hours, things will only get more interesting from here. So, yeah. All right. So, yeah. All right. So with this system continuing to produce convection right here, continuing to expand a little bit, we're going to have to watch this right here. And one thing I am curious about going into the next advisory is I think we can all agree that this is likely a 40 to 45 mile per hour system, right?
Yeah.
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 I believe 45.
Yeah, at least from our personal estimates, given the data.
I do think it will strengthen a bit tomorrow, though.
Yeah, for sure. The main question is, what is the NHC going to go with intensity? Because this system has been holding at 45. I'm going to check Sims very quickly to see where the water temperatures, where it's currently at, is very quickly. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, never mind. Okay.
I think it's gonna.
There we go. Perfect. Let's look at. Okay, Sims. There we go. Perfect.
Honestly,
got it.
I say right now the satellite imagery is pretty much with the cone right now.
Interesting.
I would say right now it's pretty much with the cone, but the only thing I see wrong with the National Hurricane Center, by already like midnight or tomorrow morning, National Hurricane Center already has it starting to go west.
Yeah.
When the ensemble still has it going southwest.
Sure.
So I do think, right now it's showing it's aligning up, but I do think that will probably leave the cone if National Hurricane Center doesn't dip a little bit south.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have to watch that. I think based on those latest returns we got from the 18Z, I think they will slightly shift it further to the south or change it or not change it at all. But I'm looking at water temps right now in Sims. We're at 26 degrees Celsius still. It's going to be moving into 27 degrees Celsius in the next 12 or so hours, next 12 to 24 hours. And then from then on out, the water only gets warmer. So essentially, this system still has, I'd say, about 24 to 36 hours to chug through before it can start to really get its act together and really start to turn up in terms of its intensity, which ultimately, I said this in today's video, it may not seem like this. Looking at a 45 mile per hour tropical storm right now, it may not seem like much may not seem like much of a system, but this is a kind of a scary 45 miles per hour if you ask me, because of just how much of a high ceiling this system has right here, and given the fact that we're not even in the best conditions, and this already is a tropical storm, is in itself somewhat alerting at this current point. But yeah, that's what the situation.
The waters do warm up a little bit.
Yeah, they've already started to warm up a little bit, and it's going to enter a patch of 27, and then it's going to continue from then on out.
Yeah.
But my oh my, the next couple of days are going to be very intriguing to see how this will ultimately pan out. So, yeah.
I agree with you, Pat, on that.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I would say today was a day where Erin was just in hibernation. Tonight with D-Max is going to start the
awaken.
Start the process of building itself again, because we saw what it was last night, and then all that convection died, and then we were just left with basically a naked swirl.
Yep.
Which
a
was
very good
beautiful on satellite. But that's just goes to show that there might be no convection, but the structure is already there. It's just waiting for the ability to fire that convection, and then it's off to the races.
For sure.
I agree.
Yep, I've been noticing it too. Sky Trevor BWX with the $5. Hi Pat, we're told by models and my radar meteorologist that Erin was going to go west and then turn north to northeast towards Bermuda. That's the general consensus at this current point in time. Looking at the 18Z runs a little bit further to the west of Bermuda, but we'll have to pay attention to see how those will ultimately evolve. Okay, we got the 0Z data. We don't have the models, but we have the latest location. Its current location is 16.8 degrees north and 39.3 degrees west. So it is continuing to go further and further and further south right now. Radius of maximum winds is at 15 nautical miles. They're holding them. They actually reduced the pressure to 1,004 millibars, while keeping the winds at 45 miles per hour. So this system has dropped a little bit in pressure right now, kind of back to where it was beforehand. So we're going to have to pay attention to that, because if that's the case and we start seeing a few things with the convection that I don't like, that's a little worrisome. Just out of curiosity, Tropical Team, what are the stability issues like at this current point? Are they better? Or are they about the same from what we noticed a couple of days ago? How are we doing with that?
And GFS, I mean, we can look at GFS initialization, but I think the most important thing we can look at right now is satellite, obviously, to check that. And it looks like it's really trying to punch through that. Now, and if I'm going to have to be honest, I think the stability issues are mostly over. It's mostly just dry air entrainment at this point.
I agree.
Yeah, 100% actually. It's really only the dry air, really.
I would say tonight is going to be the night, and tomorrow morning is going to be when Erin exhales all that dusty air in preparation for eventual strengthening.
Yeah.
Where I see that low-level center right now, according to satellite, it's pretty much right in that deep thunderstorm convection. And right now, that deep thunderstorm convection looks to me moving just southwest at this point. So, very interesting.
Yeah. All right. Hold on. All right. You guys keep going. I'm going to fix something real quickly.
Another thing I would just like to add also is that the storm itself can tug itself. It's not just large-scale synoptic features like high pressures and ridges. if a storm is lopsided to one side, like say to the southern side, it can pull that vortex underneath that convection and shift the whole system, the center, south, just by the fact that it's lopsided.
Yeah, that's
I-
pretty true.
I also do want to mention, and so a few hours ago, Dr. Levi Cowan, the owner of Tropical Tibbets, he made a video and he made a very good point during that satellite imagery of that time. The west southwest, that tug to the west southwest was actually helped by a few vortices to its southeast,
Oh, wow.
since there was a broad area of spin around Erin. On satellite, you can see in the southeastern convection there was a few vortexes that actually helped pull it west southwest. And I do think we actually talked about this possible. I think a few days ago, Alex mentioned it, where the GFS had it like really going west southwest for a little bit, and that was because of like a very small shortwavy system just to the southeast of it.
Yeah. All right.
For those in the live no mic who want to look at this real quick, I have noticed a consistency with CSC positions.
All right.
Ooh,
What is this?
isn't that
This
like how you
is-
learn the Dvorak technique? I remember.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that. Yeah.
And it shows various patterns,
got the T
typical cloud
numbers.
pattern evolution. And as we're seeing, we're pretty close to the T 2.5 shear position.
Okay.
What? Where?
Yeah, I see it right here. What you're talking about. Yeah, it's starting to hook
Oh.
around a little bit. I've watched it. I'm watching it. Yeah.
You said 3.5?
2.5.
2.5.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would say right now the low level center is already in the convection.
Maybe
I'd
the
say
western side of
maybe-
it. But yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like right under that
No.
convective earth, but
Yeah. Yeah, Swimson with a $5 donation. The fact that it has those numbers and it looks like that on satellite is worrisome. Yeah, it definitely is concerning for sure.
Hey, Pat, I'm going to mute for a little bit. I'll still be listening, though.
All right. All right, but anyway, yeah, quite the evolving situation. I'm just waiting for the track models and the intensity to come out. Hopefully one or the other will come in. But yeah.
I think it's going to be a little bit closer to the island. I don't know. I'm actually really interested because the hurricane model shifted south. I really don't know. I feel like it could be a little bit more of a spread. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to see.
I'm just really excited for the 0Z runs.
I am too. Just
Like, I'm just dying to wait for it.
Yep, we're just waiting to see what happens with that. But
You want to talk about for now? Oh,
go ahead.
go ahead.
No, it's your.
I thought someone was. Oh. I feel like as of right now, as we waiting, we should look at the bigger. Look at the tropics because it looks like tropics doesn't look like it. This is the only storm left
Yeah, I know.
because the MJO has actually trended even deeper into the stages 2, 3, and 4.
That's interesting. Let me take a quick look at the latest here. This is for. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Oh my goodness, yeah. Especially regions 2 and 3 in particular. Yeah, that is quite a jump from what we saw previously.
Yeah, I think we're going to see something else roll off of Africa.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
More
I
than
have a
likely.
question, Pat.
Yep.
Which one is the average of the ones you're looking at right now, the MJOs? I always wonder what's the average one right now.
I'm not sure. I'll have to look more into
Like,
it.
which one should we actually look at? Because I feel like they're all different.
Yeah, they're all different forecasts, but ultimately you can kind of get generally the same. Yeah, you can get the same idea for a lot of them, but yeah, they're definitely a more favorable situation for the tropics for sure. You're gonna want to watch You're gonna want to watch in the long run, but okay, let's see. Okay, watching this on satellite. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what I just want to check a couple things very quickly. What? Oh, okay. I think we had a bit of a stream droppage. We're okay. We're okay. We're okay. We had a bit of a stream droppage, but we're okay. All right. We're fine.
Yeah, I'm breaking up.
Yep, we're doing okay. We're doing okay now. I just looked at we went down for a second, at least for right now. At least based on what I'm seeing on OBS, we're doing okay. Now, my apologies. But anyway, I'm looking at what's going on more on the mesoscale type in terms of what's going on in the Central Atlantic, because okay. What? All right. Okay, for those of you who are saying it's not working for you, just go ahead and refresh real quickly. We should be okay. But yeah,
Pat, you're doing fine.
Yeah, we're doing all right.
You're doing fine.
We're doing okay. But here's what we got right here. What we have for you right here. This system.
I think it's being tugged.
What do you
more south right now?
Let me look. If that's the case,
I'm looking at it.
Being tugged south.
It is being tugged
I think
south.
it's on the northwestern end of that deep convection. Whether I'm going to be honest,
I don't think so.
Looking at.
All right.
I think it's just south of the line.
Okay.
It's possible. I mean, it's possible.
Because when you look at satellite and how the low-level feature bandings are, I mean, to me it looks like it curls midway of that convection, and then the low-level center is right into the deep thunderstorm convection. But maybe I'm looking at it wrong. I could be.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
I see what you're saying.
At least the convection was taking a bit of a deep dive to the south. So, oh yeah, I noticed that a little bit.
That too, right?
Yeah, I'm noticing it, but we'll have to see what happens going forward.
What I think it's going to happen is it's going to get tugged with the deeper thunderstorm convection. It does usually happen, so something to keep an eye out on.
I'm not sure if that's the system itself doing it, or if that's just that deep convection that started going off like that.
I think it's according to the latest positioning, the L is almost at 16. You said it was at 16.8?
16.8 degrees north, 39.3 west. Where would that put it? It would...
So it's now south.
No, it would be...
Yeah, where would it put it?
It would be
satellite?
just east of this huge bulk of convection right here. All right. For those wondering, the stream is okay on my end. I lowered the bit rate a little bit to kind of reduce some of the issues. So hopefully that gets.
I can see that, Charlie.
Yeah.
What's up, Charlie?
I can see that. Yeah.
I put in my estimate on where it is.
Yeah.
I can see it like that. That's pretty close. I think.
You think it might be slightly to the west?
I think no. I think it's
that's
under
the
that.
actual positioning. Oh, Yeah, right. Very close actually to that. Very close actually to that deep convection. I'm noticing.
That's why I think it could be getting tugged into the deep thunderstorm convection. Also, just a little thing to look at.
It's either the deep convection is tugging the low, or the low is tugging the deep convection towards it. But that is interesting. Okay. All right.
Tropical tivots for the Euro is taking forever to come out.
Oh, we got the 0Z guidance. We got the 0Z guidance. We got it.
Let me look at it.
We got it.
Let me beat you to it.
Ladies and gentlemen.
No, we did not.
We got it. We got it on Tropical Tidbits. Let's go ahead and do some comparison. Here's what we had at 18Z. The tracks were generally to the west-southwest and then towards the west-northwest, and then making that turn towards Bermuda, pretty much kind of starting around north of Puerto Rico. Here's what we have at 0Z. The track is interesting. Okay.
The track is interesting.
Yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
There's a slightly bigger spread on this, but
I wasn't surprised.
I feel like the middle models are trying to go more west.
Yeah, that is a shift.
I told you.
That is a shift to the west, and that is a very slight shift to the south as well.
Yeah. It is a little bit.
Also, there's now a little bit more of a spread. So maybe that just tells you the model's name.
Yeah, there's more
something is getting missed
with this.
Like I said, there's something missing, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, even more
because they were more in agreement on 18Z, but now they're not.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were more concentrated at 18Z. Now they're a little bit more spread out.
But, what happened?
Oh my god.
Hey, listen, this doesn't help us in any way, but okay.
It does not help us at all.
No.
It just makes things worse.
Model is going to be.
Yeah.
Now I'm guessing what the.
Do you guys want to see
GFS
the intensity? Because that will really raise an eyebrow.
I'm
let's see the intensity.
looking at right
Oh
now,
my god. Oh my god.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
One at a time, guys.
Yeah.
Time out. Time out. Here's the 18Z for those on the stream. This is the 18Z guidance, generally peaking around kind of all over the place, actually. Here is what it is now.
Jesus Christ.
Quite a bit of an escalation according to some of what we got. So, majority at Category 2 or above. Category 3 is,
my God.
We got a lot of Category 3s. We got more Category 4, and the Halves A wants it as a Category 5.
Oh,
this is a more intense system.
I don't see that.
Seems like the consensus is like a mid-3, low-4. That's what I'm seeing.
That's what I'm seeing as well at this point. The main question the main question I have is, when is this going to actually start intensifying? But this is a pretty... All I'm going to say is, even if this doesn't impact land, this is still going to be a very important storm to watch. And the reason for that is because it has such a high ceiling. That is why we're covering this. Like, Erin has... Erin's quite interestingly continued to have a very high ceiling despite its slow start and intensification.
Yeah.
Remember when I said how 45 miles an hour may not seem like a lot, but this is a scary 45 miles per hour?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why.
But it's just going to explode even quicker.
That's why.
Can you share your screen?
That escalated but got
Discord?
more divided. That's my consensus from this. It
Yeah.
escalated and got more divided, which does not help us.
Yeah, for sure.
At all.
At all.
Yeah, that's interesting. But basically, but by and large, that is your biggest development of the night. It just needs. I want to get. I want your guys' take on this. What do you guys think? How the system is doing with the moisture component? Do you think it's doing okay with it, or do you think it's battling some dry air right now as well?
I think he's doing all right with it.
I think
it's washing itself out.
I think it's still battling a little bit of dry air.
A little bit, but then it's going to be open, so it's going to be like
for sure.
Another thing I would like to bring up, Pat, is how on the 0Z tracks, how the stronger members like the HFA 1A and B and the HWARF, you can see this. A lot of the members curve, but then a lot of the members are straight, like west northwest.
The HMON, HWARF, halves A, and halves B are all not curving right here.
It's buried in there, but it's there.
Yeah. That's going to be intriguing to see what happens. But the latest and greatest we have is a considerable shift to the west, slight shift to the south. And we have almost 600 people in the stream right now. That is insane. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. We're closing in on 13,000. Let's see if we can hit that tonight. That would be much appreciated. We're 33 subscribers away. Let's see if we can go ahead and do that. But at this point, with the latest data that we have, that's quite the shift. Further to the west and slightly more to the south. So we might be seeing that kind of windshield wiper type of situation that we've been kind of talking about behind the scenes, where the models go further to the north and further to the south and further to the east, further to the west, until they start locking in.
I wouldn't be surprised if like a good portion of Puerto Rico would be in the cone now at this point.
Neither would I.
I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't.
I'm saying around 50% of it, like possibly would be in the cone. So
I could see on the extreme the extreme edges of it for sure. Like where is it? The cone from earlier this morning definitely put it into it. The cone now is barely missing it.
Mm-hmm.
That jog further to the west could put that, as well as some of the Antilles, back in that cone. That would be a very concerning situation.
Yeah.
And even the current track is concerning because it looks like, they're curving out. They're going out to sea. But if you look on the model track guidance, there's a little piece of land right where the whole slug of those members are heading towards Bermuda.
Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a fact. Wow.
Has anyone seen this the low that comes off the coast of Africa on the 12Z?
Let me see.
I know
what you're talking about.
Yeah, to see one.
Yeah. Esther Caracas with a $2 donation. The cone is just the eye. Yes, right. Yes, that's the center of circulation. That's what the cone is for. So thank you very much for the question. Thank you for the $2 donation. I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
When does the icon start running?
After
how many hours?
I'd say about less than 2 hours.
Oh my god, that's so long from now.
That's quite a ways away.
That's a lot of waiting.
Yeah.
I believe it started running around 11 o'clock.
Yeah, right after the NHC advisory.
That's interesting. The convection keeps blowing up south, and I feel like it's heading southwest.
Yeah.
Watch in the next couple hours. This is near 16. 16 south, north.
Okay.
Something to keep your eye on.
That's for sure. But yeah.
Just a little interesting.
Yeah. at this current point with Erin continuing to move towards the actually I want to see what we're looking at with the track with the latest. What are your guys' thoughts? Do you think this will go below 16 degrees below 16 degrees north at this current rate as it's getting tugged?
It could, but
It might.
maybe,
Does the model
maybe.
show that?
It could
I
cut
would
it
say that's a
close.
stretch.
All right.
It could
the
be
zero
just
keys show it.
barely. We'll just have to wait for the next NHC to see what they say what could happen with this storm.
And then we wake up 2 days from now and it's right at 15 latitude.
That
Then
would
what?
That will be bad.
Yeah,
That would be a full on.
And it would be a different
what?
conversation
Hope
of what
not.
we're going to talk about that night. It's going to be.
yeah, that would be the big
Oof.
talk.
Yeah.
That would be the big talk of the night, that's for sure. But already I'm liking I'm liking in terms of the structure. I'm not liking it for everyone else. I'm interested in how this the structure is continuing to evolve. How we're seeing this convection starting to go off once again. It's definitely definitely quite a bit healthy. It's definitely looking quite healthy right now. The question is, what will it do after diurnal maximum? Because we need to pay attention to that.
Is it Duro maximum or no?
No.
When is
not.
Duro maximum?
I think D-max is a bit different. This is now in the central tropics, right here. That's not for a long time, because before it was over Africa.
So this is Duro minimum?
I think just after that. I think it's after that. D-max. Oh, yeah.
It's starting.
Yeah, D-max is starting to slowly. Yeah, D-max is increasing right now.
And it's been doing good in Duro minimum. So
well, it started
that's gonna be an
right
interesting
after
D-max.
right after the sunset. We started seeing more convection right after the sun went down. So, yeah, that's pretty typical for tropical cyclones. Because for those of you who do not know, this is a fun fact. The reason tropical cyclones develop more convection at night is mainly due to radiation and due to the sun. Because during the day you have the sun that's heating up the atmosphere, kind of trying to capping off those cooler cloud tops during the day. But when the sun goes down and there's really no radiation to kind of slow it down, those cloud tops really start to turn up and really start to flare up, and you start seeing what we have here with cooler cloud tops developing in the night. So that's a pretty fun fact for you guys right there. So, yeah, I just thought I'd give you I thought I'd teach you guys some meteorology. So, yeah. Anyway.
Thank you.
I'm gonna quickly take a break and get a
go
snack,
for it.
if that's okay with you.
For sure.
Okay, thank you.
You just taught me that one, Pat.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. Oh, Jordan Fate with the $2 donation. Can you check the cloud top temperatures? Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can actually on satellite. I don't think I can get the whole. I don't think I can point them out for totally, but I can give a rough estimate of that. As of right now, we're looking at around, I'd say, with this burst that's starting to with this area right here it's still kind of bursting up a little bit, around minus 75-ish cloud tops. We have a ring of we have an area of minus 70 cloud tops that has been pretty persistent so far tonight across much of the close to the core of the system, the center of it. And then you have the 60 cloud tops surrounding that. So that's kind of generally what we got. So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for the $2 donation. We really appreciate it. But either way, to the rest of the team, based on what we're seeing so far, what are your overall thoughts on this system and how it's evolving?
It's definitely, that convection is definitely, I think, a precursor to what D-Max might have. That's my thought.
Yeah, that's for sure.
we do have SAB now. Zero's the SAB.
Oh,
So
what do we got?
we got 17. The position is 17 north, 39.2 west, which is really strange. I think.
Yeah, that's.
Aren't we at 16.8?
Tropical.
Or are we at
We're
17.8?
16.8 north, 39.3
Okay,
west.
that makes sense. Okay. It is at T1.5 right now, which is about, I believe, 40 to 45 miles an hour.
All right.
And remarks are 3 out of 10 banding results in a DT of 1.5. MET and PT equals 1.5. FT based on MET due to irregular pulsing convection and banding not clear cut. No additional positions by, I believe, forecaster Conan.
All right.
So basically what it said is that we got a whole bunch of pulsing convection and they're not too sure about banding, so they're keeping it weak.
All right. That makes sense, to be honest. But, yeah, we'll have to watch that for sure. But, let's go ahead and refresh this and look at this, and then. All right. Okay, this is interesting.
I'd say that
we got.
This thing.
What's up?
Go on. Oh, I was just saying that this thing could at least be maybe mid to high in Cat 3 to low in Cat 4, in my opinion. Maybe even mid in Cat 4, depending on how well it does
At
with
peak
the
intensity?
dry air. Yeah.
All right. All right. We'll have to see. Hey guys, on satellite, I'm noticing noticing some convection flaring up closer to the center of circulation. You guys seeing that?
Yep, I'm watching it closely on Dappia.
Yeah, that's a new development over the last little while. We've seen that starting to flare up and start to establish itself. That's significant because that's closer to the center of circulation. So, if that continues to evolve, then we might be seeing the system starting to organize a bit more. That's interesting, and that's both a good. That's both kind of that's kind of interesting, and that's also not a good sign in the long run for sure, especially with how that pans out. But then again, we'll have to see what happens around diurnal maximum to kind of get a full scope of what's going on. But yeah, and this motion is still to this west-southwest at this current point in time. I'm like, even the Dappia positioning is starting to show that as well. So yeah, it's still moving at that direction. So that's the latest and greatest right here. I'll go.
If it's strengthening, wouldn't that pull it out to sea quicker? Wouldn't that be seen as a good thing?
In some cases it would, but I'm raising this point because I'm out of concern for the Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico, because it's still moving further to the south. There's still a very powerful ridge on top of this system that's pushing it further to the southwest, as well as a few other mesoscale factors. And my concern is the further south this goes, the closer to potential impacts those regions get. And a stronger system will not help with that. So that's my main concern. So maybe it'll go out to sea after the fact, but still the concern is with the Antilles and Puerto Rico. So that's, hopefully that answers your question. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's definitely. I'm looking at a.
So we do have.
Go for it.
We do have a bunch of new estimates here.
All right.
So first off, we got the T number Dvorak estimates. If we go by the SAB, as I already said, is going T1.5, which actually equals about 30 miles an hour form system.
All right.
So they're going really weak here, actually, 25 knots.
So according to
TAF,
Dvorak, this is a tropical depression.
Yeah, it's been like that.
According to TAF B, they went for T2.0, but but restraints forced them to go 2.5 at 40 miles an hour or 35 knots. So 1,005 millibars. SAB is it doesn't even list it. All right, awesome. The AI estimates, the CIMS AIDT wants to go 34 knots, so 39 miles an hour, with the pressure of nothing because it doesn't list it. Awesome.
Interesting.
0 millibar, guys.
Yeah, real. Black hole. CIMS scadometer wants to go for 47 miles an hour.
Okay.
And about 1,005 millibars. Now, this is likely an outlier because, well, and it isn't verified by a human. I think it's automatic scadometer estimates.
All right.
So that's fun. If we go for... Sorry, that's not scadometer. That's a microwave. I thought it was scadometer because it was SATC. Actual scadometer estimates, the KNHC ASCAT wants to go for 43 miles an hour and doesn't list pressure.
Yep.
And that's the newest one so far in each category, except for salinity, but I don't think that really matters. So the average of all of this, I'd say, would be about 40 miles an hour, which makes sense for this system.
Yeah, 40 miles per hour may seem like a good thing, like, oh my goodness, it's weakening and all of that stuff, but this is, if that were the case, this would be a scary 40 miles per hour given the conditions that is ahead of this. I mean, I'll go ahead and show you guys what we have going for this system. Where we're at right now, this is roughly where we're at. We're in an area about 26 degrees Celsius of water's temperatures right here. That's about 79 degrees Fahrenheit for those of you living in the U.S. and don't use the metric system. It's moving into warmer and warmer and warmer waters the further to the west it goes. And further to the southwest would also be concerning as well, because that's going to, in some ways, accelerate the process of that to some degree. But what we're looking at right here is 27, 28, 29 degrees Celsius waters. Water temperatures in the mid-80s Fahrenheit is well ahead of this system, and the warmer the water is, the more ocean heat content there is as well, and pretty much the higher the ceiling that has, and the more odds that the system has to intensify at a very fast and very alarming rate. The fact that it's already as strong as it is, despite the less than ideal conditions, is quite telling. Looking at ocean heat content, where it's at right now, in an area actually starting to increase in OHC a little bit, which might be contributing to some of the convection. OHC, before, when we were talking about yesterday, was almost non-existent, and it was kind of taking advantage of the sea surface temperatures. Now we're going to have to look at this now. We're looking at around, I'd say, like 25, 30 OHC now. Before it was like 10. So we're already 3x. We're already 3xing kind of the OHC intake here. And then by tomorrow, we're going into 50, 75 OHC as well. So you're going to have to take this very seriously. Then all the way up to 100 the closer it gets to the Lesser Antilles. And this is another reason I'm concerned with the southward shift, because if it moves too far to the south, maybe around like 15 degrees to the north, just playing with hypotheticals here, you're looking at over 100 OHC as it's kind of starting to make its approach towards those islands in that direction. So this has better and better and better conditions moving for it, and we're going to have to pay attention to it. But even when this system goes out to sea, that doesn't mean the threat ends, actually. It's still going to be in 75 plus OHC all the way until we get to the subtropics, because of just how much those areas have warmed up over the last few months. Remember in all the videos I was talking about it, where ultimately we were paying attention to this, to the northern tropics and the subtropics of the Atlantic basin, and basically how much warming we're seeing up there. This is why we talked about this, because when Erin moves through those conditions, it's definitely going to have not only the time to rapidly intensify and the conditions to do it, but it's going to have the conditions to maintain its intensity, depending on how strong it gets. Of course, there's other factors like wind shear and moisture and all of that stuff. But looking at the water temperature in OHC alone, this isn't even in prime conditions yet, so that's why I'm saying this is a scary 40 to 45 mile per hour tropical storm because of the conditions it has ahead of it. So I hope I explained that well enough to you guys, and we'll have to pay attention to that regardless. Is there anything you guys would like to add on to that?
Guys.
Yep.
If you look at the last couple satellite frames, you see that the deepest convection has gone a very hard tug south.
Oh. Is this on Dapia?
Tropical tidbits.
Yeah.
I'm looking at tropical tidbits, but I can see it also on Weatherwise, and it's not looking good.
I'm looking at that. Oh my, that's a huge tug to the south.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the storm itself is reciprocating all of that too. It's definitely getting tugged along with it. My goodness. My goodness.
Is that awesome?
I'm going to see if this is something we're watching here on Dapia. Okay. All right, definitely starting to see warmer cloud tops on the main convection area right here. We're gonna want to watch that very closely. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot further to the south than previous. Yeah, looks like another area of convection is bursting up over here near the center of circulation. We're gonna want to pay attention to that as well, see how that evolves. But yeah, this is. Yeah, even then you're noticing that dive further to the south as well. My goodness. If that's the case and that continues, that is a very concerning sign moving forward. Another thing I do have to note too is the outflow on the system's definitely improved quite a bit since last night as well. And that's kind of helping mix out some of the dry air that's to the west of it. So
Hello.
Hey, Weather Kingdom.
Anything I missed?
We're noticing a tug further to the south.
I told you.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I knew I was in blind.
Thank you very much, Delta. Yeah, this is the 18Z Halves A run that's finally come in. What I'm surprised with that is how the halves A and B are kind of sticking to the guns of moving further to the west and delaying the turn at that point. Delta, what are your thoughts on that since you're showing me that data?
I just find it good. I just find it interesting that both the halves A and halves B are showing the same thing.
Yeah.
What's it trying to do?
Yeah, both of them. My goodness, the rate they intensify once they get to the southwestern Atlantic is concerning.
Just something to keep an eye on. Because it seems like the halves A has been doing okay when it comes to the intensity and the track so far.
Something to watch. That's what I would say.
The halves B almost looks like it stalls.
Yeah, that's all right. I'm gonna go. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and look at. I'm gonna go ahead and look at the halves A and halves B very quickly. On tropical tidbits, I want to take a quick gander at this. All right, here's the halves.
I'm gonna tell you, you are going to be very shocked at what it sees. Not even in a strong sort of way, just like what is happening.
I'm looking at this. Yeah, I see the trough right there in the low. Is there a ridge building back up? on halves A, parent?
Yeah, right. There seems to be a ridge that connects with the one over the southeast for a little bit, right there, about hour
I see that.
120. How the
You guys are not
isobars
going to
are
believe
closed.
this. Weatherman Plus is in the chat. He's telling us it's getting tugged south from the vortices below it. That's interesting. Well, first of all, Weatherman Plus, thanks for joining in the stream. Wow. Wow, that's incredible. But yeah, based on halves A, yeah, the ridge is rebuilding on this.
Let's just consider this as an outlier for right
the
now.
halves A, I'm looking at the halves B. I'll look at this as well. The halves B is a lot more obvious about it. So this is interesting. It starts to get tugged a bit by the trough, and then the ridge pretty much shuts it down and just drags it further. It pretty much just slams it further to the south, closer towards Puerto Rico. And it kind of stalls out a little bit at 18Z. That is interesting.
Can you send the weather to
Very interesting.
the Dapia or Dapia?
I'll send you the link to it. Control C.
Yeah, please.
All right. And
Where are you gonna put it? In Live
it's
No
in
Mic?
Live No Mic. There you go.
Okay.
But
I just want to look at it because I hear it's quicker than the tropical tip.
yeah, it's a lot more detailed.
That also.
Actually, if you also look from the 18Z model track guidance.
Love y'all work. Hey, thanks for the sub, man. We really appreciate that. Like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. Sorry to cut you off, Delta. Go ahead.
It's all right. If you look at the 18Z model track guidance, you can see it's the same thing in the 0Z. The halves A, the halves B, the HMON, the Hemi are buried in there, but they still hold going, no turn.
Wow.
It's buried in there hard in 18Z, but in the 0Z, all the other models curve away, leaving the other ones there.
What happens if it doesn't curve? I mean, I thought we were confident it was going to curve.
We still are.
Yeah, we're holding this as an outlier for right now.
The HAFS 174 does support a recurve, by the way.
It's hard to tell
because you
can't see the 500 millibar flow on the halves. Like, what's going on in the north by Canada that's allowing it to stall and to stop?
Yeah, I'll deal with this in a second.
I mean, you can see the positioning, because that latitude where it's at, like every single model where it had that low pressure obviously still curved. So I'm assuming that's also going to curve what Yoshi sent.
Okay. All right. Sorry, I was just dealing with something very quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys have anything?
I'm noticing on the RGB visible satellite imagery. It's on Cyclonic WX.
Yeah.
The latest few frames, I think looking at like the low level cloud light and the banding, I think it is getting pulled more west southwest, or as you know, southwest. Well, I don't know how to say it, but it's getting
Oh yeah, it's definitely getting pulled.
Yes, I'm definitely seeing that now. Right in just still north of that main big burst, but I mean.
Yeah. We'll have to see we'll have to see if that is just a jog or if that continues. Because if that continues for a longer period of time, that is pretty concerning, mainly for the sake of the Lesser Antilles. Because I do not want to see that. Yeah. Well, that's a pretty big development for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is just going southwest.
Yeah, that's the word. That's the direction I can. Yeah. Yeah, it's just going southwest. I mean, even on the Dvorak satellite, it's just going. Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah. All right. So that's pretty interesting. That's pretty interesting. So, okay. So for those of you who are tuning in, we have some interesting developments. We have the zero-Z guidance. We have satellite imagery that is showing the system getting tugged further to the southwest than west-southwest due to some vortices going on. Basically, what we're watching is the reason we're looking at the small stuff right now is because the small stuff now ends up adding up down the road, and by and large, why we look at this because maybe like a 5-mile shift right now could mean a 50-mile shift down the road, and considering we have a few areas in play right now, you're going to want to pay attention to that as well. So yeah, do you guys have anything right now?
Not at the moment.
I actually would like to bring something up is the surf and the wave impacts from the system, because I'm looking at a tweet from the 12Z Euro for maximum wave heights, and while it passing between the East Coast and Bermuda, it is forecast, the Euro is forecasting over 100-foot waves are possible in the open ocean.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So yeah, we're about an hour away from the NHC's advisory. What I'm interested in is what they're going to do with the track of it. I'm not so interested with the intensity right now. I'm more concerned about the track for a couple of reasons. The first one is obviously this tug to the southwest that we're noticing right here that we're going to want to pay attention to. And the second thing is down the road, because what we saw with the zero-Z guidance was that turn going a lot further to the west, with some models still going to the northwest at that current point in time and delaying the turn longer. And we even have we even have been looking at a few outlier hurricane models that kind of rebuild the ridge back entirely. So again, just an outlier, but we're gonna want to watch this, especially if I'm hoping that's a one-time thing for my sake, just for my curiosity. What does the 12Z do? Okay, the 12Z from before the halves A. It had it starting to, but it wasn't as obvious as it was now with the halves A. The halves B, I'm just checking to see if this is a one-time thing or if this is somewhat consistent. Okay, the ridge. Okay, the halves B is actually somewhat consistent with this to some extent. Not as obvious, but okay. Now hold on. Yeah, at least there's a little consistency with that. They're kind of sticking to their guns, but we'll see what the zero-Z goes for at this point. But yeah, I'm mainly concerned about the track right here, because if that cone continues to shift further to the south, that puts more of the leewards in Puerto Rico in the line of fire, and I do not want to see that. once again, be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. We are 24 subs away from 13,000, so let's go ahead and hit that tonight. That would mean quite a lot. We'd all really appreciate that. So, thank you very much. So, oh man. What are you guys' thoughts so far right now, based on kind of with NHC? What do you guys want to mainly look at the most with what the NHC puts out in an hour?
I'm still thinking.
What's up, Charlie?
I'm kind of still thinking about it at the moment.
All right, that's fine. But yeah, that's kind of what we got. All right, Okay, what's the latest? With the satellite imagery. Yeah, southeastern Georgia, South Carolina, WX at Pat's Path Predictor. If this trend persists during and day 1 through 3, cone is focused on Puerto Rico and the leewards, a tropical storm watch could be issued. That's possible. We'll have to see how that plays out, though. I am curious to see how things will end up going on that front. All right.
I wonder what intensity the NHC will give it. I think it'll still be 45, right?
Yeah, I think it's either going to be 40 or 45 right now.
I think they'll sustain because
I think they should stick with 45 due to the SAB Dvorak analysis.
Yeah.
In the convection.
I agree.
For sure.
Also, on the last question you asked, Pat,
yeah,
it also depends where the ridge is in the continental United States. It depends where that is.
Yep,
the high
we were talking about that earlier.
If it was more west, then that's a possibility. But where it is predicted to be, probably not. But
all right,
we'll see.
I will note, like, if you look at satellite loops,
yeah,
the center of convection was around 18 north. Now it's at around, I'd say, about 16.5, which lines up with satellite.
Oh my.
So it's lining much more with the low-level circulation, and that's likely getting tugged south, at least the convection. It's less of a tug, in my opinion, and more that the southern lobe has become more dominant than the northern one, which has been slightly more dominant for a while now.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, do you want to share your screen in here?
Mm-hmm. I got you.
I can see everything. Yeah.
I got you. What do you want to look at? Weather Kingdom.
Oh no, just anything.
Yeah.
And also, is Thunder Riemann allowed to come in?
I'm not.
He texted me saying if he's allowed to come in here.
Probably not. Probably not tonight. Tonight. I just want. Probably not tonight, just so that way he can. This is his first time doing this. I want him to kind of get a feel of what we do here and kind of just to get an idea of what we do. We'll definitely let him in. We'll definitely give him a shot next time, though. I just want him to kind of learn what we do, and then we can start building it up that way. So
give him a taste of a little bit of everything.
Pretty much a taste of a little bit of everything. But yeah. Yeah, Thunder, if you're listening, if you do want to help out, you can definitely help with some behind the scenes stuff. Here's what we have. We'll give you access to live no mic, so you can take a look at some of the stuff we're doing in there. That way you can look at some of the data, do all of that stuff. You can chat in there, and you can do what you need to do. But there you go. David's back. That's fun. All right. All right, so yeah, Weather Kingdom. Are you're noticing that shift towards the southwest too, right, on satellite?
Yeah, I've been noticing that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not. Oh, what the heck?
Pat just left the
What
call.
happened?
What?
That's not good.
What the heck happened?
Oh,
All right,
it was Aaron.
Something.
It was Aaron.
all right,
Erin was haunting.
Oh.
okay,
Is the
Yeah.
stream still going?
all right. We're good. Don't worry about it. We're okay. All right, so let's go ahead. Oh, but yeah, we got a Weather Kingdom. In your opinion, what do you think the NHC is going to do in the next hour? If you've been paying attention.
I have. I think they're gonna put the. Oh, that's cut. I think they're gonna leave that little turn. I think they might actually, for now, I think they might make a more of aggressive turn, but I think they might make it go a little bit more south and west in the short term,
All right.
and then a sharper turn, at least for now, with everything.
I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
I could agree with that.
Because I think that's how they're going to do. Sharper turn to the north in the short term, and maybe a little, probably like a tag, a little bit, just a little bit south of the last one.
Yeah. All right.
And strength-wise also, I think they'll keep it at major at the end of the forecast because they've been doing that. I think they'll just keep it as that.
Yeah,
the strength pretty much the same.
I think given the high ceiling we have with this, I think they're going to hold that easily, especially with the 0Z guidance that's come in. Okay, what I find curious is 0Z track guidance. Okay, the halves A and halves B are the ones that are shifting, or keeping it, holding the guns, moving to the west. But the halves A wants this as a very strong system, and the halves B similarly as well. That's intriguing. I mean, the only way that would happen is if the ridge just either shifts incredibly far to the west or just builds back up and traps the system in that. That would be intriguing. So, yeah.
Just interesting, I think, right now.
Yeah.
We're at 10:05. It looks like in the next 45 minutes we will have National Hurricane Center, but also SUNY Icon will start running.
Yep.
I feel like Tropical Tibbets is running delayed today, at least in the evening.
I noticed that.
Like, I feel like everything's coming in just like 30 minutes later.
It definitely seems that way.
Because maybe it's just the models in general.
Yeah, we'll have to watch and see what happens with that. But another thing I'm noticing.
Are you gonna stay here for? Oh, go.
Another thing I'm noticing too is it looks like the convection's spreading out more on Erin, but but the cloud tops are getting warmer. That's interesting. So.
Probably a little bit of dry air getting into it. I mean, it is Durham minimum. I know it is turning into.
It's past that at this point.
Yeah, it's in like the middle phase.
Yeah, it's over the Atlantic. It's over the MDR right now. It's definitely past that. All right. Okay, so all right. Well, we got about 55 minutes until the National Hurricane's latest advisory. 0Z guidance has come in. Is there anything else you guys want to take a look at with this? Oh, hold up. Let me share my screen too. I apologize. if I haven't. There you go.
No, not really.
All right.
Yeah, not really.
Okay.
It's kind of just wait for the National Hurricane Center and the models to start. Are you staying here for the 0Z runs?
Probably not. No.
Not even the GFS?
No, I'm not going to do that. Probably not tonight.
What about the Icon? Either?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah.
That means I might go stream then when we're done here of the 0Z runs.
Yeah. If you want to do that, go for it.
But we're gonna stay here for the National Hurricane
Center, we're staying
right?
here for the advisory for sure. We're gonna break that down and all of that.
Okay, good. Sounds great.
Yeah. All right, we got okay. We got a $5 donation from Trip Pelfrey excuse me, Trip Pelfrey for $5. Is it looking more like a Friday into this weekend before it hits hurricane strength? What I'm looking, we're leaning towards that right now, but I'm still thinking it's going to happen till around Thursday evening or so, based on what we're seeing with the guidance. Matter of fact, let's look at the intensity guidance. Yeah, it's still at about 60 hours out, so maybe Thursday overnight going into Friday morning. That's where I'm at with this right now. But thank you very much for the $5 donation. We really appreciate it. Also, like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. 18 subscribers away from 13,000. We are so close, guys. Let's see if we can get it there tonight. That would be unbelievable.
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna go for like 5 minutes.
That's fine. That's fine.
I have an observation.
Oh.
Wait. I'll stay on for this now.
So if you look on the infrared satellite, you have to really look at it. But that convective burst, before it warmed, you can see as it went south, it kind of curled to the right then north.
Oh.
Well, I'm confused. What?
So maybe rotating.
You have to really look at it. On like the last few frames, that convection kind of curled and then kind of went. It kind of like curved. That small convective burst.
Yep. Let me see very quickly. Okay. Where is this? Is this to the southern part of the storm?
Frames than that. I'm looking at. You might need more frames than that, Pat.
All right.
Because
I will be right back.
Definitely watching it. For sure. Okay, I'm definitely seeing some expansion in the convection right here on the southeastern side. Charlie, where exactly is this? Is it on the southern half or on the northern half? Where is it?
are you talking about the center of that convective burst?
Convective burst, the burst you were talking about. Oh, is it this right here?
It was that most southern one before it warmed up. It kind of went south, then kind of curved a little bit to the north.
Wait a minute. Hey, I see it too. Is it this feature right here?
Yeah, that most southern one.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm seeing that curve around too. Is that our center of... Could that be our center of circulation?
Either that or a vorticity.
Yeah.
Or vorticity.
Yeah. That's an interesting development right there. Yeah, that is... We'll have to watch that. It's too early to determine what's going on, but if that's true, and we continue to see that rotation, that could be a very big sign for what may be coming in the long run. Because essentially what that's telling me is that's getting tugged further to the west. We're going to have to watch this. But yeah. Okay, well...
Where? Go on.
Yeah, well, go ahead.
I was just asking, like, where is the center?
Well, about 2 hours ago, the center was about 16.8 north, 39.3 west. If that were the case, that would shift it to about, I'd say, looking at that, if it were around here, it would shift it to, I'd say about, I think it's like 16.8 or 16.7 north and 40.4 west. So that's a pretty noticeable shift, if that held.
That is.
Yeah, we'll have to watch that.
Hey, Pat, look on Cyclone WX on their infrared satellite. It looks like they're starting to have the outflow.
On Cyclone WX? Oh, I see it. That's mesoscale sectors. All right. Erin.
You can also kind of see that rotation that he was talking about.
Yeah, that was exactly on that site, Pat. That's what I used to see that.
Sorry. There we go.
It's almost got like that like that.
Yeah, that burst. Do you see that?
Tail.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my. I'm seeing that. I'm seeing that.
Yeah, that burst just curved.
Let me see.
Yeah, the big convective burst just did like from the west side swirl to the south.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. Yeah, it looks like it's starting to... It's too early to determine if it's exactly that shape, but that's a somewhat ominous sign right there. My goodness.
You can almost kind of see the banding inside as well. You see the different color, darker reds versus the lighter reds near the center of that burst, like where the inflow, like how it would notch in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I see that too.
Oh my.
Like you got like your streamers starting to form on the bottom end of that tail.
Oh yeah, I see it. You see it? It's right here.
Moving west.
What's up? What's up? Who spoke? All right. Yeah, it's still shifting to the southwest southwest right now, based on what I'm seeing, but that is an interesting development.
I'm very interested to see if we get a microwave imagery thing.
I can actually look and see.
Yeah, go
if
take a
there's
look and
any
see if
right
we can
now.
get microwave on this. Okay.
There was one at 2335Z.
Oh boy.
What happened?
Hold on, let me see. I might just look at something old. Hold on. Yeah, that was it from last night.
What do we got for tonight?
Here, I'll send you the GIF and
yeah,
live no mic if I can.
All right,
or
wonderful.
I could just send you the link. All right, it's in.
All right, I'm looking at live no mic now. Oh, this is a microwave imagery for Erin right here. Okay. It definitely had a better structure last night. Then it started weakening. Okay, that is interesting.
Looks like it's just starting to rebuild itself right now.
Yeah. We'll have to watch.
Yeah, I sent the latest on Live No Mic. I sent the not the latest, but the most recent microwave we had at 23Z.
I got it.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's a semicircle right there on the western side.
Yeah.
That's okay. This is at 2335Z. Yeah, it's definitely starting to build itself back up once again. I'm noticing that. Man, oh man. Even before the advisory, we still have a lot to dissect here, regardless of that. So,
hey, Charlie, could you send me a link to where you got that image?
No problem.
Yep. Go ahead and send it to No Mike. All right. All right.
All right, I am favoriting that website for later.
Perfect.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah. All right. Looking at just updating the satellite once again to see if there's anything we can look at. Okay, this is okay. Noticing a convective flare-up on the southeast of the main convection right here. We'll have to see what happens with that, but my oh my. Let's look at this. Got pulled. Yeah, it looks like it's still moving west southwest right now. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep a very close eye on it. We're about 40 minutes away from the NHC's advisory, so yeah, stay tuned for that. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We are 12 away from 13,000 subscribers tonight. So if we could hit that milestone, that would mean a lot. We would really appreciate that. So be sure you like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. We are 12 away at this current point. Right now, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we can do it.
I believe.
Oh. Yeah, actually, while we wait for the advisory, let's go ahead and take a look at the progression of this progression right here. I do want to take a quick gander at that. Let's go ahead and do that. I'll move this over. I'll move this over here, and go ahead and I'll go ahead and play this on my media player right here to do that. And all right, here we go. Right here. Here's the progression of the cone that we have for you right here. So here's where we started right here. This was about 24 hours ago. This is about when was this? Yeah, this was about this is about this is at the start of it. So you had it right here, mainly to the north of the islands right here, still moving generally to the west, and then earlier today we had this. Actually, no, I can pull this up on the NHC website. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Let's go ahead and do that. NHC archive, graphics, perfect. With cone. Yeah, this is what we got right here. So yeah, basically the shift we had this was what we had last night when we were streaming before. Then we had this move. Then we had this move more so towards towards the west, starting to put some of the islands, the Lesser Antilles and the Virgin Islands, in the line of fire. And then earlier this morning, this shifted even further to the south and put parts of Puerto Rico in there, and now it's shifted a bit further up to the north. But looking at this, you still see that southward trend initially, but then a further to the north turn after that. So you're going to want to pay attention to that right here. Someone in chat is requesting we talk a little bit about the Gulf situation right here. I did cover it a little bit earlier, but we have a new area of interest that was tagged here tonight by the National Hurricane Center. A tropical wave over the northwestern Caribbean Sea is producing a disorganized area of showers and thunderstorms extending across eastern Honduras, northeast Nicaragua, and adjacent marine areas. This system is forecast to move west-northwest and cross the Yucatan Peninsula on Wednesday with no significant increase in organization. Some development of the system is possible after it emerges across the southwestern Gulf beginning on Thursday, while the system moves to the west-northwest or northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 20% chance in the next 7 days. So that's kind of what we have over there. Looking at satellite imagery, I can kind of show it a little bit of what's going on. Yeah, we have all this convection that's firing up over here. I don't know too much about what's going on, all the information on that, but we'll have to pay attention to see how it evolves and how the convection evolves. I don't even know if I'm not even sure there's a low-level circulation on this just yet, but I'll definitely be talking about this more tomorrow as well on my video that I'm going to be putting out. So stay tuned for that. But yeah, wow, that's kind of interesting. I will say this though, for the Gulf region around the Bay of Campeche, systems there do tend to spin up because of the kind of the way and the shape the coast is. It's the way the coast is shaped right here. We've had that happen with Barry earlier this year, so that's something to keep in mind as well. But that's kind of your situation that we have for you in regards to what we have the Gulf situation. I hope that context helps a little bit. Hopefully we show it some love. I'm not really showing this area of interest love. Erin over here has been kind of wearing a lot of people out, but so it's kind of refreshing we have this area of interest to talk about a little bit tonight. So thank you very much for what's going on. So, yeah. All right. So that's what we have. That's the situation we've had moving forward. But all right, 35 minutes away from the public advisory. The main question is, what are they going to do? Intensity-wise, they're going to go probably hold at 45. That's the most likely bet at this point. But but the question is what's the track going to do? That's the question we'll have to pay attention. That's the question we'll have to watch. That's the thing we'll have to keep tabs on. But in other news, we are 8 subscribers away from 13,000. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't, and like the stream if you haven't yet either. We would really appreciate that. 8 subscribers away from 13,000. Now, I do want to take a quick look. I do want to take a quick look at something else as well, just to kind of look at at a more synoptic scale of this. Let's look at forecast models, GFS. No, we're not. We'll not use that. Here's the European. Look at the 12Z. I do want to see the shear right here. Actually, no, that's the shear anomalies. Here is the shear forecast right here. This is what we got going on right now. We're kind of ahead of this system, and I can also look at Sims as well. Actually, I'll just look at Sims right now as a matter of fact, and go to wind shear, open image in new tab. Okay, never mind. Oh, perfect. Here's the wind shear we have right now. We hit 13,000 subscribers. Wow.
Let's go.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
That is
Let's go.
unbelievable.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much for 13K. I can't believe
a
we were able
W.
to do it tonight. Keep subscribing. We're at 13,003 right now. Wow. Unbelievable.
I want to see 20,000 by next summer.
I think we'll get 20,000. I think we'll get 20,000 by the end of the season at this rate.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap! Wow. Thank you very much, guys. You came in. You came in clutch. I appreciate it. Holy crap, man! Thank you. I know I keep saying thank you a lot and all of that, but I am in disbelief. But anyway, looking at the shear, where it's at right now is in very low shear right now, like 5 to 10 knots. But curiously, there's actually a pocket of like 25 plus knots of shear to the northwest of it right here that we're going to want to pay attention to. I'm curious to see what will happen with that, because ultimately, we'll have to see if that shear weakens or not, because if this shear kind of starts to stay there a little bit longer than expected, that might keep Erin weaker for a bit longer as well. So that's something to pay attention to right here. But we're in the immediate environment, very low wind shear right now. It just needs those warmer water temperatures to get its act together and for it to really start to intensify. So that's the situation that we have for you guys right here. Wow. 30 minutes away from the advisory. Wow. 30 minutes away. We'll have to see what pans out. But, I am a little nervous, I will say. Always with these forecasts, I do get a bit nervous with the NHC, because you don't know what exactly they're going to do. But we'll know soon enough. All right. Looking at satellite imagery once again. Let's take another look. Okay. All right. OTT. All right. Okay. This is intriguing. All right. Seizure warning to those who are prone to flashing lights. So, yeah. All right, so looking at this now, looking at the latest frames. Hey, Charlie, there's a little bit more convection starting to fire up on the northern side of the core.
Oh man.
You starting to see it? You seeing that subtle shift?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm seeing that.
Yep.
Me and Delta in like are discussing. We're discussing the center from the microwave and where it could be now, and there is a chance that it could be with that deep convection. We're going to be honest with you. There is a chance.
I can see it. Oh yeah, I can see it. I can definitely see it given the latest frames. It's rotating around it. Yeah. Looks like it's consolidated. Quite a bit. We'll have to see what happens to see how this pans out, so. Looking at it now. Still, see this. At least from earlier, it's still moving to the west-southwest right now. But we'll have to watch and see how this starts to evolve, because if it starts rotating around it once again, we're going to want to pay very close attention to that.
Yeah.
Man, oh man. All right. Here we go. All right, here we go. Yeah. Let's take a quick look at this. Here's what we got. I mean, I got to say, at least from earlier today, the guidance with the halves A just going automatically from tropical storm to hurricane was pretty hilarious. I got to admit, at the 18Z. Thankfully, 0Z fixed a lot of that, and it's definitely more conservative. It's definitely a bit more conservative with its intensification for sure. It's not going as quickly, which is something intriguing. Yeah, still has. It's not even in the best conditions yet. So, yep. Oof. We'll know more soon. All right, let's look at the latest and greatest right here. Okay. Oh, it's definitely more pronounced. Charlie Delta, it's more pronounced now on satellite.
Hello, what's going on?
Hey, Weather Kingdom, we got some more convection starting to flare up on the northern side of the center. If you want to see if you want to see it. Yeah, this is the last few frames. Man, oh man, you're starting to see that. It's small details like that. When they start small, they get bigger. That's interesting.
What?
Let me show you the last few frames. Look at this.
Oh,
Seeing that?
So where's the center at? I would say it's
looking
still
live,
going
no mic.
southwest.
Yeah, center's roughly
Look
here.
at
About. That's
Wait,
what we're thinking. It's somewhere.
Wait, where?
Yeah, it's check live, no mic, but yeah, another convective burst.
Really, Delta was calculating it.
Yeah.
Here, I sent a little bit of a better example in a live no mic.
Okay, I'll take a look.
I agree.
Yep, I'll look
I
at
think
it.
it could be even
I
further
agree,
south.
Delta.
Maybe just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right here for sure. That's it's most likely where it's at right now. Rotation definitely backs it up.
It's right where the black arrows hit that darker convection blob.
Yep.
Ooh, yeah.
I'm gonna go for now.
That's fine.
But the National Hurricane Center is going to be coming.
We'll see what We'll see what happens for sure, but
so it's still moving southwest.
You can see the internal banding on the infrared where the clouds are darker.
Yep.
The same kind of structure like it was when it had no convection.
Yep. Pretty much, you took all the convection and brought it back pretty much, and you still have the same structure.
The 18Z Euro actually has it closer to the islands.
Oh.
Have you guys not looked at that?
I haven't looked at it.
On tropical Tibbets, you can see it easily, actually.
Oh, my.
It's closer to the islands.
Let me look
at
this.
And when it makes that turn, it's slower.
The European is shifting further to the west, too. What was that at 12?
Bingo.
Oh, my. Yep. 12Z. Oh, yeah, the 18Z Euro is definitely closer to the Antilles and Puerto Rico, and is showing that turn starting in the further to the west. Yeah, Antilles. Yep, I would start. I'm still putting you guys on notice tonight, in the Leeward Islands. My oh my. So we're getting conflicting sources right now, it seems. Hurricane runs...
Basically, yeah.
Yeah. That is... Compare that to the 0Z from... What's the 18Z at now? Let's go to here, around 102 hours out. It's slightly to the... It's almost back to where it was at 0Z tonight, last night, for the Euro. So, looking at that, 6Z was no change. 12Z shifted a bit to the east and north. 18Z shifted back. So pretty much what the Europeans going for is the turn to the north, the more turn to the north at the 18Z Euro compared to what we were at, compared to the 12Z. It's pretty much been erased. Now,
what hour are you looking at,
102
Pat,
hours
on the 102?
Yep.
Okay, let me give you a trend on that.
Yeah, please do. But that is intriguing right there. We've seen some wild stuff tonight. For sure. Oh, the advisory's out. It's out. It's out. Ladies and gentlemen.
Alrighty.
The advisory is out. Okay. Erin likely to become a hurricane over the central tropical Atlantic in a couple of days. Maximum sustained winds, they held at 45. They dropped the pressure to 1,004. That's not too surprising. Location, 16.7 degrees north, 40.1 degrees west. Where is this right here? The NHC thinks the center is somewhere in here. Whoa. It's still moving to the west-southwest. Look at what we had with... Yeah, look at what we had with tropical tidbits. We were at 16.8. It's definitely shifted a lot it's definitely moved a lot further to the west too, but yeah. What was it at the previous advisory, just for context? Oh, this is the 3Z here, 21Z. 17 degrees north. Yeah, it's still making that shift to this west-southwest. Oh, it's actually at an even sharper degree now. At 260 degrees. It was at 265, and it's slowed down to 20 miles per hour. And look at this. Tropical storm force winds extend outward 60 miles from the center. So this storm is growing in size, in part because of what we're seeing on satellite imagery. So this is growing in size. That's new. And we have the discussion for you guys. Let's go ahead and read this out for y'all. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. Just for lulz, let's try to get to 14,000 tonight. Anyway, deep convection has returned near Erin this evening, though it appears mostly to be west of the center. An ASCAP pass from a few hours ago showed maximum winds of about the same magnitude as earlier data, 35 to 40 knots. Though it did display a larger area of tropical storm force winds. No change in the satellite estimates. Initial speed remains at 40 knots. The environment around Erin gradually gets more conducive for strengthening during the next day or so, including a slow rise in SSTs and instability. By late Thursday, the SSTs rise to above 28 degrees Celsius, with continued light to moderate shear. This evolution should promote slow intensification in the near term, followed by quick intensification in a couple of days, especially if Erin continues to have a small core. The new NHC intensity forecast is similar to the previous one, but a little higher following the latest corrected consensus guidance. Beyond 96 hours out, global model guidance all suggest that shear will increase, so the wind speed is leveled off at that point. Erin continues to...
What is going
on? Advisory's out. The advisory's out. All right. Erin continues to move quickly south of due west due to strong to mid-level ridging located to the north of the central and eastern Atlantic. Model guidance has trended a bit southward in the near term, so for the first day or so, the forecast has been adjusted equatorward. In a couple of days, a weakening of the ridge is anticipated, which should cause Erin to begin moving west-northwestward by Friday. There are no significant changes to the long-range NHC forecast, and note that the 18Z GFS appeared to have to be a significant outlier and was mostly disregarded in this package. Just out of curiosity, I'll look at the 18Z.
That's interesting.
What did the 18Z?
I have...
The National Hurricane Center saying that about the GFS tells me, okay, GFS. Now the GFS is off the table because
yeah, it's
the GFS is way off.
Yeah, it went much further to the east. Yeah, they threw it out because they threw it out.
I knew it.
Yeah. The new forecast remains along the southern part of the guidance envelope, lying closest to the HFIP corrected consensus, and forecasts that have an average error of 120 to 180 nautical miles at days 4 and 5, and future adjustments to the forecast are still possible. Well, and they have it at 115 miles per hour, but they cap it off at that due to potentially stronger wind shear. But it is expected to start strengthening, but pretty much by tomorrow morning. That's what the NHC is forecasting. 50 miles per hour, holds off there, then goes up to 60, then 70, then 85, then Category 2, and then Category 3 the next day. They're calling for steady strengthening with this, so we're going to have to pay attention and see how that pans out. So... what's up?
The icon is closer.
Wait, what?
To Puerto Rico. The icon is closer to Puerto Rico.
The 18Z icon?
Yeah. Compared to the Euro model.
Oh,
it's slightly south. It's slightly south.
I'll take a quick look at that very quickly, and then I'll get to the cone because I think that's what I want to look at.
Breaking news.
What?
0Z icon is loading.
0Z icon is out right now. It's loading now. Yep. It's loading.
There's no frames yet, but it's loading on Pivotal.
Okay. I'm zooming in on Tropical Atlantic. This is the 18Z icon just for comparison. 0Z's coming in on Tropical Tidbits as well.
Oh. Didn't expect that one.
That's interesting.
I do want to note that, at least for right now, the icon pretty much... let's look at 0Z. Okay.
It's initializing at 1,009 millibars.
Okay, 18Z icon pretty much erased what we had before, but that is interesting. Okay, go ahead and refresh this. Go to 0Z here.
I didn't expect to be out so fast.
Yeah,
Same thing happened with the Euro.
Yeah, I don't like the initial initialization of it, but man, oh man. Well, I almost forgot. I need to look at the cone. The graphics. Here's the cone. Okay. Interesting. I want to comparison. I'm going to look at the archive very quickly, the graphics. Here is this. Okay. All right, so they definitely expanded that. They shifted the cone a little bit away from the Antilles.
Yeah.
Yeah. They did that, but they also delayed the turn a bit till the further west as well. Wow. That is
Easterly wave looks... Sorry.
Go ahead. Go for it.
I was saying easterly wave looks pretty south. Like the southern one is like going like right at the British Virgin Islands and going to the Bahamas.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Can I say something for the chat? I say something for the chat because it's been a little hectic in there with all the fish storms, quote unquote. I just want to say that even if it is a fish storm, it can still bring pretty bad conditions. Like if it's a cat, like assume it's a cat 3 to 4 off like 100 miles even off the coast, it can still bring.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also just like to bring it out that even if it's a fish storm, the model consensus has ascending towards Bermuda.
chat earlier. Just one.
All right, I'm seeing if Alex can do something for me. All right. Anyway, yeah. Looking at the latest and greatest from the satellite. Yeah, that convection's starting to flare up more.
There's a big pronounced burst on cyclonic WX.
Yeah. All right, this is. Yeah, I have the Zoom Earth pulled up that Alex wanted me to look at. Yeah, I see it. Interesting. Yeah, still moving to the southwest, but then expected to get slingshotted more to the west northwest in a day or so. Does the new update suggest weaker or stronger? It's holding at 115. That's what it's doing. But yeah, quite the scenario. Well, what are you guys' thoughts on the latest advisory?
I agree with it. Honestly,
I agree with it.
No issues with me. I think they got it pretty good.
Does anything stand out?
No, I don't think so.
It's out the 12 hours on
it's.
physical tidbits.
I will say,
Icon is out the 12 hours on physical tidbits.
Oh, icon is? All right.
Yeah, I was gonna say something, but
Thing
I
that
think
could
it's
stand
already
out.
said so.
What's up?
Yep.
What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was saying that the only thing that could really maybe that kind of stands out from the cone is the turn got delayed.
It did.
Yeah, it did.
Oh,
The zero
another.
C icon has the center at 12 hours at almost 15.5 north.
What?
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
What?
On a
Wow.
pivotable, it will show you the coordinates on the model.
Oh yeah, I took a big dive to the south. On that.
Also, something else.
More
Yeah.
south.
Oh,
Wow.
18Z, 18 hours out is here. Yeah, it's below 16 north.
That's
What?
not surprising.
Uh-oh.
I'm not surprised.
Maybe it's
That's
doing
very
what Bear
high, though.
did, but reverse.
That's intriguing.
Not really. I mean, I kind of expected it to be.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know
kinda
if I
different.
agree on that.
Same here. I kind of expected to be as well, unfortunately.
Yeah.
There, I guess.
But that is concerning right here.
Also, what's really intriguing about the National Hurricane Center is they said in the line that they completely did not use the GFS in their thinking. So right then and there, they even think the GFS haven't had a good handle on this storm either.
Yeah.
So that
Because
tells
it
me the GFS is right now not a good model to use for this storm.
Not right now.
I'm
So
very
this is
skeptical of the icon. The icon's very skeptical because yes, it does take that southwestward dive, but it's also at a higher pressure than it
Yeah,
is now.
1,008.
So of
It's
course
currently at
it's going to be.
1,004 right now.
Yeah,
You
so
know
When do you
it's going
think
to be
that?
more.
Go on.
So I was continuing. So a higher pressure, it's obviously going to be more susceptible to a southward turns, but it's already stronger than what the icon has. So that's why I'm skeptical.
I was just thinking, like, when the hurricane models are gonna update with their 0Z.
Yeah. Yeah, David's in stream saying, I don't understand how this is still moving south of due west at 260 degrees. That's because this right here, David, dove further to the south over the last little while. You saw this big burst of convection. Then you started noticing it taking a more of a southward shift right here. That's why the NHC is doing it. It's based on satellite as well as what's developing in the storm. So yeah, it's still moving west of moving south of due west, based on what I'm seeing. But anyway,
it's like the icon still has that ridge up there. It's too early to tell if that ridge is gonna move with it or move away. But the ridge is there, which will keep it low.
We'll have to watch that for sure.
Yeah. The icon has the ridge right now at 15 and 18 Z on the 18 hours out, 21 hours out on the trouble tidbits icon are out.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, Kevin in Space for the $5 donations. Model shifting more towards Florida. At this current point, no. Thank you very much for the super chat, though. Thanks for the donation. We really appreciate that. Any support to the Pat's Path Predictor channel is always appreciated. Be sure to like the stream, subscribe to the channel if you are new. We still have almost 500 people in the chat. That is crazy. So be sure you go ahead and do that. Yeah.
Doing that.
All right. But yeah, 21 hours is out right now. I want to look at the entire North Atlantic to see what this ridge is doing. Okay.
Banga bonga banga. Banga bonga banga.
Main question is, what do we do? The main question is, where's this going to go? We'll have to see what happens, especially the 0Z runs trend.
It looks like the 0Z has, from the 18Z to the 0Z, it looks like the icon has pulled it southwest.
Yeah, it has.
But faster.
Compared to the 18Z? Hold on.
Maybe. I know in the beginning of the run I did. Could be wrong.
Oh, hold on. I think the 0Z icon is further south.
Yeah, it is very south.
Like
are you guys at 24 hours out?
It's moving down.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
Okay.
Hey, I just saw this on the website Charlie sent me. It says that the latitude at 24 hours is supposed to be as south in the current track as the storm goes in the center line is 16.2 north.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Well, this has been an interesting night for sure. Based on what we've seen tonight, those in the stream, what are your overall thoughts?
For me, not really surprised. I mean, I figured out that it was already going southwest and then mentioned it. I think tomorrow strengthen a little bit, and then as it gets about 50 degrees west, that's when we'll start seeing more rapid intensification. And then, yeah.
All right.
Pretty much.
I think to summarize this, it's interesting.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else?
I kind of agree. I kind of expected this as well.
All right.
Even the NHC has taken note of the southward direction.
Sure.
It's kind of like snaking southwards.
Yeah. My take. Yeah. Anyone else before I give mine?
What happens?
What's up?
What happens if it goes? What happens if it goes more south and Puerto Rico tears the storm apart and it gets a lot weaker?
Well, even if it does, I think we're gonna have to wait and see how that happens. If we even want to consider that possibility, I think
It's gonna have to go down extremely south and not make that curve towards the northwest.
Yeah, it's gonna have to do a lot of things that I don't think is. It's gonna have to go much further to the south than it is forecasted to, and then just keep chugging to the west-northwest after that. That's kind of where we're at right there. I don't think it's going to I don't think it's going to happen at this current point, but we'll have to see what happens. But my take on this whole situation is,
if it does, could that high pressure just move it west? The one that's near Florida?
no, that's gonna help yank it further out to sea, unless it retreats further to the west.
Yeah, I'm really thinking about it retreating to the west.
I'll have to watch the trends over the next couple of days, but yeah, that's what we got right here. So my thoughts on what we had tonight is basically we had an increase of convection with Erin, but looks like, at least with the models, there's still a lot up in the air right now. If you're in the Leeward Islands and in Puerto Rico, I'm still putting you guys on notice for right now, given what's been going on, but we're going to have to pay attention and see what happens. I think once this enters a better environment, we're gonna see a scenario where this system could actually intensify at a very fast and alarming rate. And right now, like I said at the beginning, towards the beginning of the stream, 45 miles per hour may seem like not too bad of a storm, but this is a scary 45 miles per hour because of because of where it's going and because the conditions are only going to get much better down the road. So do not be surprised if we see this system start to rapidly intensify the next 2 to 3 days, in my opinion, based on what we're seeing with the conditions and what we've seen tonight. Now, we're going to have to watch and see how this evolves down the road, but that's kind of the main thing we're paying attention to going forward. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and end the stream right here. I know we have 0Z runs that are coming in right now, but I have things I need to take care of tonight, so I'm going to have to pass on this one tonight. I will not be streaming tomorrow night because I have work and all of that stuff, so unfortunately I can't do that. But we'll see when the next time we stream is. I will be announcing it on videos and on my Discord server. Be sure to join the Storms United Discord server, by the way. It is in the pinned chat in the pinned chat above right there on the stream. So be sure to join that. We'd love to give you guys some insight. We'd love to have you guys see the behind the scenes and welcome you guys here. Some of the people you heard here on call tonight came from that link right there. So be sure you join the Storms United Discord server if you would like to see the behind the scenes and ask us questions and help out and all of that stuff. So with that being said, we're closing out the stream right here. Thank you very much for joining. We had almost 500 concurrent viewers on quite a few occasions right there, so thank you for coming out and supporting. Be sure to like the stream and subscribe to the channel if you are new. The goal, as always, is to get more people engaged with weather. If you want to help out, hang out, or ask us questions, be sure to join the Storms United Discord server, as I've said before. But with that being said, have a wonderful night, guys.